Hi y'all, and welcome to DIY Rowdy House. My name is Amber. If you're new here and you enjoy my channel, hit that like and subscribe button. I will be doing DIYs, trash to treasure, repurposed, and all things crafty. For today's video, we are going to be doing some Christmas DIYs. So let's get started. DIY number 1. Okay, right here I'm removing some jute twine off of a sign. It was just a little home decor piece that I found at Dollar General for $4. I'm taking some scrapbook paper that I have that is the Essential Crafters Papers by Craft Consortium. Find 2 pieces that I like, tape them together facing both the same direction, get it lined up and trace it out. That way I can cut it out here in just a second. Here I am cutting it out. And then I'm going to remove that tape that I had holding the 2 pieces together after I lay down some glue. I just used regular Elmer's school glue by the stick. Remove that tape and line everything down. Smooth it all down. That way it's good and stuck down on all the edges. Now right here I have one of the galvanized stars from Dollar Tree. I removed the jute twine and the little tag. And now in that bottom corner there's a little hole. I actually bend that hole out just enough for me to slide them lights in, and those are just Dollar Tree string lights. Mount that to the back of the wood house. Glue that star, get it all centered up where I like it. And then glue my string lights where I want them to be. And then I cover up that hole because there were some sharp pieces sticking out there from me bending it open. And I didn't want anybody poking themselves. So I just glued it down. Now right here I'm just taking some foam and I mash it against the top of that star to sort of give me an outline of where to trace and cut out. I cut another piece. Now this is actually going to go on top of that other piece that I just cut. And it's thin enough that that light shines right through it real easy. Get it all glued down in there, and I match it up as close as I can to that seam of that galvanized star. And then push all my lights down in there, get them set where I want them. Make sure everything's even and flush. And then glue that in there as well. And see, it's thin enough that it shows that light through there real well. Now right here I'm just taking some Dollar Tree glue sticks in my glue gun and gluing down some of that fake snow. And this fake snow I picked up, I think, for maybe 50 cents or so at a secondhand store. Definitely check your secondhand stores. You guys can always find tons of crafting supplies for way cheaper at places like that. And here I'm just getting that white part of that foam completely covered in that snow. I want it good and packed on there because I don't want to see any of the foam. And I know that you guys can find houses like this at Dollar Tree also. I just come across this one at Dollar General. It says $4, but I think I paid like $1 on the clearance aisle for it. Right here, I'm just taking some of the little scenery trucks from last Christmas and some of the little bottle brush trees. I popped the wooden base off them bottle brush trees and glue that down. Get my arrangement all set up. Glue my little camper, my little truck in there. I add some snow because there was a little glue sticking out to the front of that tire, and I wanted to sort of fill it out there because it was hanging over the edge just a little bit. Get that all packed on there. Dump off any of the excess. Fill in any gaps or spaces that I thought needed to be filled up. Alright, now right here, this is just a little scrap piece of wood that I had just laying on my craft desk. And then this is some greenery from another craft that I did. I'm pretty sure it was one of the Dollar Tree wood door signs. I didn't care for the wreath on there, so I popped it off, saved it for later. I'm just wrapping it and gluing it around that little wooden piece. Now, I marked out my JOY for joy, but I did not color it in with the permanent marker yet because I wanted to make sure that my greenery wasn't going to cover up that area. This is just me. I mean, you can color it in beforehand if you think it's easier, which it probably is, but I wanted to sit there and do the greenery first, and then I'll go in later on and move that greenery around and color in my letters. I just take a little tool, lift up the leaves. That way I could adjust the letters a little bit if I needed to, since they were just colored on with pencil. And then I went in with the permanent marker, made my adjustments with the greenery on there. Now I'm just adding some little pine cones. Now I got these at a yard sale in a big mix bag of pine cones. Those little spiky balls that I'm putting on there now, I'm not sure what they're called. But it was just in a mixed bag of Christmas stuff. And I picked it up, I think, for maybe $1, and it was a whole gallon Ziploc bag full. Definitely check out yard sales and secondhand stores, guys. These little red berry pieces were in there as well. And it almost reminds me of, I guess, maybe a Christmas potpourri. Because it does sort of have a potpourri smell to it, but not like real strong. So I don't know if maybe it was just someone's old potpourri and they were getting rid of it. But I figured I could use it, so I picked it up. It was only $1. Here I am just adding all the little pieces to where I think they need to be. Make a little messy bow. Glue it down there in the center, and then I just trim the tails of that bow where I think they need to be. I didn't make them very long because I didn't really want them hanging over my joy. Now I pulled some of the individual berries off. And I'm just placing them with my fingers and some tweezers. Just in between those pine cones and those little spiky pieces. Just to get them where I think they look cute. I'm going to glue that sign down right above that star. Center it as best as I can. I just eyeballed it. Now here I'm taking some sandpaper and I'm sort of distressing the edges. And there was a little bit of overhang with the paper. Not too terribly much. But you will see some little bits and pieces of it being scraped off as I'm sanding. I just try to sand down at a downward direction. And then I hit all them corners I like the distressed look, so that's what I went for. Just gluing over the top of that wire, that way it doesn't move or anything. And right here, I'm just taking an old paintbrush and I'm just sweeping everything off and dusting everything off, cleaning my space and my project. Now, these are some little wooden beads. I got these from Amazon in a bulk pack. I think there was like 5 different sizes, and I got a ton of them for pretty cheap. I'm just putting them on there. I'm leaving them the regular wood color and putting them on there for feet. And then this is it, guys. Here it is with the lights off, and here it is with them on. My kids absolutely love this one. They think it is so Christmassy, and they love the fact that it lights up. Now on to DIY number 2. Hope you guys are enjoying so far. Alright, we're going to be making a snowman with these embroidery hoops. Now I take these apart and separate them because I just want the individual hoops. So I take the inside ones out. I use one with the little clasp up top, and then 2 of just the regular inside hoops that are solid. I glue them down to a burlap material. Now, I got that burlap material from a secondhand store. I paid $4 for like a 10-foot roll of it. After I get it glued down here, I'm just trimming it out, making sure that everything is laying down properly. Go back, tack anything down. I'm going to do the same thing for all 3 of them. Make sure that they're all good and on there. That way I ain't got nothing popping up later on. Here I'm just lining them up, deciding exactly where I'm going to glue, getting them all straight. Right here I'm just taking some Dollar Tree acrylic paint and a little stippling brush, and I'm just dry brushing that across that burlap mesh material just to give it sort of a frosty look. And just coat it however you want to. If you don't even want to do this, you don't have to. I'm just here to give you guys inspiration and give you some ideas on things that you can do. Fun fact about me, I'm a mom of 5. Right here, I am taking 2 little wooden beads. I got these in a package from Dollar Tree that had 3 different colors of different wooden beads. Right here, I'm just painting them with some black acrylic paint, giving them a good coat, then popping them off to the side to let them dry. Now here I struggled. I was trying to use a popsicle stick to make a nose. It kept splitting. I just worked with it and worked with it until I finally got a triangular shaped piece that suited me. And I'm just taking some orange acrylic paint. Doesn't matter the brand or type. And painting it, setting it off to the side to dry. Now I'm gluing them black beads on there for eyes. The orange triangular piece for the nose. I put some little black lines on there so that it looks almost like a carrot. Now I'm just taking some of that black acrylic paint and the bottom of my Sharpie to make some black dots on that mesh. Now these are 2 little sticks. I actually got these from my brother's yard. And I'm using them for the arms. Now these were a pack of black beads from Dollar Tree. I just like the shape of them. I glued all 3 of those down for the buttons, securing them arms up. Right here is a paper towel roll. I just cut it up. I'm going to make a little hat with it. And I'll link the paints that I used in the description box because I couldn't remember the name of some of them. Now this is just that buffalo check ribbon from Dollar Tree. Or maybe this is the one from Family Dollar. I think I may have gotten it last year from Family Dollar. I'll leave it in the description box also. Just gluing that on there, fitting it around that cardboard piece that I made. Now this is some ribbon that I actually got from a yard sale. I think I paid like 25-50 cents for it. Nothing big. Wanted to add a little bit of glitter to it. Get it all glued down on there. And then glue it right to the center to the top. And that covers up that bracket. Now this is some buffalo check with the little snowflakes on it. Ribbon from Dollar Tree. I just crisscross it around his neck. Glue it down. And then I cut the ends of it a little bit to make it look frayed like a scarf. Now here I take some glitter. And I actually pour that over in my paint tray. And I add some Dollar Tree Mod Podge. Mix it up. That way it's good and thick. And I just place it wherever I think, you know, maybe the snow would have fell and landed on there. And made little frosty bits and pieces. I just go over the scarf in a few areas, put some on his arms, I put some on his nose and his hat, just to add a little bit of sheen and shine. Because that will eventually dry clear and you'll just see the glitter. And that glitter comes in a variety pack from Dollar Tree. I think you get like 5 per package. Here I'm just taking some jute twine. I run it through there, loop it through, tie a knot, and here he is. If you guys are enjoying so far, please like and subscribe. I'm new here to YouTube and trying to get the swing of things, so give me a little time and hopefully my next video will be a little bit better. Here we are with DIY number 3. Okay, with this craft, we're going to make a Christmas ornament. Now, I took that leftover embroidery hoop from the last project, and that's what I'm going to use as the base for this ornament. I'm taking Waverly Wax, the color Antique, and I'm just rubbing it all over with a wet washcloth. Now, this is a 2-pack of Christmas tree ornaments. I got the little bell on them. Got it from Dollar Tree. And I'm just hot gluing it down there. Putting it right directly in the center. I'm just using that roll of ribbon to prop that up on there so that it doesn't move a whole lot. That way it can set up that glue. Now I took 2 of them little bottle brush trees and I did the same thing. Just hot glued them down on either side of that center tree. Remove the little wooden bottoms. Save them for another project. Now here I'm just taking some jute twine, making a little loop, tying a knot, trimming it off, and I'm going to glue that to the center, and I just added that bell to that loop. I slid it on there and then just tied it up and glued it. Now this is glass vase filler. I really like the color of these and wanted to do something with them. They're sort of a coppery brown and gold. I just took those, glued them on there. No rhyme or reason to the arrangement, and only went about halfway down. Then I took these 2 little rhinestones and I put them on top of the little bottle brush trees just to give them a little accent. Almost like they got a star at the top. Now here I'm just taking some of that hot glue, laying it down underneath those trees and packing on that faux snow. I just place it and place it until I get it where I want it. Flip it over and I do the back as well. Now, sorry if you guys hear any background noise. That is Carter. He's 2. The others are at school. I have a 13-year-old boy, an 11-year-old daughter, a 9-year-old boy, and a 6-year-old daughter. And then Carter's the one that stays at home with me during the day. He keeps trying to give me some lollipops for him to have. Now right here, I just take some jute twine, loop it around, hang it from that little bracket on the top, and here it is. This is actually probably my favorite. I don't know if it's just the simplicity or what, but I just love this one. That's it for this one. And if you enjoyed it, please hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next one. And if you would, please comment down below and let me know which one was your favorite.